Solly, huge win, massive congratulations, and 2 goals for you with the Amex absolutely rocking. How special was that?
Yeah, it was a great day. I mean, not even the goals, the whole team. I think we deserved it thoroughly. It could have been more, and yeah, everyone played off the park and everyone's played out their skins. It was a great day.
And your first home goals in over 2 years, I believe, and that second goal, that was some finish. You made that look easy.
Yeah, it was a bad touch, to be honest, so I had to dig it out, but yeah, it was a good finish, and yeah, I was delighted. And
knowing the competitor you are, you gutted you didn't get a hat-trick?
Yeah, I was trying to get in good positions at the end, but 3-0 would take that all day.
And as for your first goal, it was set up by Kaoru Mitoma, who starred as well today. I believe he's doing a thesis in dribbling, so is he lecturing you?
To be honest, I've heard a few things about it, like he wore a GoPro and trying to figure out where defenders go. So yeah, maybe I need to speak to him a bit more and learn a bit.
And as for goal scoring, Roberto De Zerbi has now got you guys 17 goals in the last 5 games. So what's he changed to make it seem as though you guys are firing on all fronts?
I think we're just growing in confidence, and he's given that belief and freedom. And yeah, look, we love playing for him, and hopefully we just get better and better.
Yeah, wonderful day for Brighton, and just to reiterate their dominance in the game, really. Many a stat, particularly as always with Brighton, the distance covered, over 5 kilometres, almost more than Liverpool. But look at that at the top, 62% possession. Liverpool only 38% possession. That is the 5th lowest of any Premier League game under Jurgen Klopp since he took charge. And as we saw, they only had 1 corner in the game as well. How do you explain a day like that for Liverpool, the way they play?
Well, beaten in every aspect there, weren't they? Every single stat there was in Brighton's favour. And, you know, you can accept the odd poor result. Sometimes the ball won't go in the back of the net. Sometimes things happen in football, bad decision or whatever. But there was no fluke about that result. Brighton were absolutely brilliant throughout from start to finish. And they're a very, very good football team and good football club. But Liverpool need to do some soul searching at the moment, find a way of bouncing back to what we all know they are capable of. We've seen it this season. We've absolutely seen it. They've beaten Manchester City 1-0. They've beaten Bournemouth 9-0. They've been good in the Champions League, into the next round of that. But we've also seen an inconsistency creep in. And in fact, I'd say inconsistency is now more consistent that they play poorly than they do well. So you could argue that they're more consistent than we're giving them credit for, but not for the right reasons. It's not good at the moment. They've got injuries, yes, but even still, Liverpool have had injuries before and bounced back from it. They're just not playing with that energy, that enthusiasm, that high press, they're just a shadow of the team that they've always been. And I'm sure there's lots of reasons for it, but Jurgen Klopp's going to have to search for it and find it soon.
Let's give Brighton lots of credit, and Solly March in particular, who we've just heard from. First time he scored 2 in a game in his career.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic. I thought both the wingers were fantastic today, but the way they exploit those spaces in between the fullbacks, and for me there, I don't understand where Robinson is, but at the same time, Solly March takes advantage of that space and gets a tap in. And it's a bit lucky here because I think Trent makes it back and it's a bit of a ricochet, but Brighton forced that luck there by the work they put into getting those positions.
Liverpool have scored so many goals at Brighton doing exactly that same thing. I've seen 2 or 3 goals that they've scored pressing high. I went to the Liverpool training ground and interviewed Pep Lijnders the other day, and he was showing me his favourite 3 goals, and one of them was doing exactly that at Brighton, against Brighton. So they got a lot of their own medicine there. Solly March here with a beautiful finish. He said himself that his touch was average and he almost dug it out. I was surprised actually that he shot, because he didn't beat his man, Berber. It was almost looked to me as if he was just shooting through his man. But
exactly, but the pass again and the run from him was great. The touch, yeah, he can do better, but then it counts in the end because it's a goal, and he make that bad touch with a beautiful goal in the end, which surprised me as well, to be honest. But it was a great goal in the end, and Brighton fully deserved to win. They are great today, and Liverpool was just poor.
You both played with Danny Welbeck. He came on. Is it fair to say he scored a Berbatov-like goal?
Yeah, he did.
I knew you'd agree with me.
He did. But no, listen, that goal, it's great. It's the finish touch in that performance of the whole team, you know. And look at this. He meant to do that. It's not a fluke. It's not like coincidence. He knows exactly what he's doing. Obviously, Joe Gomez can do better than that. But in the end, the whole performance from Liverpool were poor. So in the end, you can take advantage of it in the end.
Right, Liverpool fans, this will be interesting. Here's the verdict from your manager, Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen, not the result you would have wanted. How do you sum up your emotions after that?
Oh, massively frustrated. Congratulations to Brighton, played a super game against a bad opponent. We were really not good today, and I can't remember a good face period or whatever. Obviously, we tried to help the boys with a slightly different formation. Didn't work out at all. My responsibility. I know that. Tried to change again second half, but then. Yeah, we start completely on the wrong foot. Actually, being 1-0 down, and then the rest is what was. In moments, it looked really too easy for Brighton, to be honest, because the problem what we have then, the organisation was completely gone. It was too easy. It was just too easy in these moments, and then you cannot get back in this game. So it was a well-deserved defeat and a well-deserved win for Brighton.
You say the organisation was completely gone. How do you fix that?
By organising it. So doing better than today should be easy, because this is a really low point. I can't remember a worse game. Maybe there was one, I hope not, but this today is a low point. So to improve that will be not too difficult, but we have to make big steps, because from this game today we can pick up absolutely nothing apart from things which didn't work.
Why do you think Liverpool weren't at the races today?
That's a good question. I have actually there was no sign for this performance before the game. So, but that's probably how it is sometimes. And there's nothing that I thought yesterday or this morning or that could happen. I knew it will be difficult against Brighton. That's clear. But I think that. So it's not that they're always in the first half, especially. Of course, they were the better side, but it's not that they always came through with everything. So we had balls, we won balls, we had possession, but we lose the balls too easy. Oh my God! And you cannot even be protected in these moments. We pass the ball from last line up front. Then when we want to push up, the ball is already gone again. So that's why it's just counter from their side, and it always looks horrible. And so you cannot do it like that. But that was obvious today, and that's why. How's that? To improve from today should be not too difficult.
Michael, you can see how low he is. He's actually saying remember under him at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Strong words.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's as bad as performance as I can think of as well, really, off the top of my head. But there have been some worrying signs this season. As I mentioned before, the inconsistencies has been quite incredible. And there's not really anything that you can take from that game and say, well, at least this was a good move or that was a great chance that they created. There was absolutely nothing. It's a tough place to go to, Brighton, don't get me wrong, and all credit should go to them, but Liverpool will be scratching their heads and getting straight back on that training ground and thinking, how can we put the wrongs right? Because there's lots of wrongs at the moment. Anybody that says, oh, there's just that's going wrong, it's just injuries, or it's just that they don't press anymore, it's not. There's lots and lots of cracks forming at the moment, and Jurgen Klopp's got a mountain to climb to get back into and to get anything out of this season. I mean, we're not even halfway through the season, and Liverpool have got nothing. At this rate, they're not even going to get in the Champions League. European football would be a good thing to come out of the season as things stand.
Not a good day on Merseyside. That is the red side. When we come back, we'll look at the blue. If
it wasn't for the likes of Chelsea probably taking all the heat away from them at the minute, they might be under even more pressure. But it's not been good enough in that first half from Liverpool, and Brighton have looked dangerous, especially down that left-hand side.
Yeah, where Matoma, the Japan international, who, let's remind everyone, only cost £2.5 million, Sean, again has caused Liverpool constant issues.
Yeah, he's been an amazing threat down there. He just keeps getting in behind, especially Trent, and in between the defenders. But here, I think maybe if he cuts across Trent, he can open his body out a little bit. But just the turns, he's just constantly a thorn in that side for me. And when you're confident as a winger, you will go regardless of whether you lose the ball or not. You just keep going and try to create things for the strikers. And I don't know what Berber thinks. Obviously, the final touches, it needs to be better. But for a striker, that's what you want.
You might be telling him that if you were playing with him, Berber, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure, because everything else is working great for him so far. Just that final ball, that final pass or a shot, It's just missing, but I'm pretty sure in time he's gonna come, and he's causing nightmare problems for Liverpool defence so far.
Cody Gakpo's Premier League debut. He's had 11 touches, the fewest of any player on the pitch. Hasn't had much service. Hasn't been able to get out.
No, I was just about to say that, Steve. I dare anyone to have much of an impact when you're playing up front in Liverpool. In the Liverpool team this first half, he's not had much at all to go on. This goalkeeper did well, actually, in that situation. I don't think he should be stood there, though. I think Mo Salah's sort of occupying that edge of the box area. He was just, you know, he could have made a different run, let's say. I know centre-forward's not his total natural position. Again, that was probably a left foot pass, but he somehow tries to do an outside of the right foot. But, yeah, quiet first half for him. Obviously, he's going to, you know, have much more opportunity to shine in a Liverpool shirt in future games, but he could do with stepping up to the plate in this second half.
And Liverpool as a team could, really, Berber, as Michael says, a crucial game for them, this.
It is, but all credit to Brighton as well. Sometimes you play as much as your opposition lets you play. So in this case, Brighton is playing really well and making it difficult for Liverpool to express themselves the way we are used to. And that's why I think it's a major problem. So second half, if they don't step up, I can see Brighton scoring a goal.
They're Merseyside rivals. Huge day for your former teammate Frank Lampard and for Everton. They have the only goal. Could be a huge goal at home to Southampton from a set play.
Yeah, it's a fantastic header. I don't actually know how Nana gets that much power, but he gets it behind the defender and he guides it across the face of the goal. And for me, it's a great finish. And I know they work hard on their set pieces, especially
Ashley Cole's involved, isn't he?
Yeah, so I know they definitely work hard on it, and one of them pays off in a massive game for them.
And then Jordan Pickford right on the stroke of half-time, guys, to the rescue.
Yeah, well, just as important as the goal at the other end, really. That's a great save, tips it onto the post. He is a very good shot, you know, stopper. That's a beautiful save, because that would have changed the half-time team talks from both managers and the mood around the place. But so far, it's a big 3 points if Everton can cling on.
Yeah, because the way the bottom of the Premier League is, but look at that at the moment. As it stands, Everton are up to 14, just on the back of that one victory.
Yeah, of course, and that's why it's an important game for them. And, you know, sometimes that set piece or a free kick or a corner can be crucial for your team if you know how to use it. And if you work hard on it, sometimes it pays off. As in this case, they score a goal. But to be honest, I'm happy that Fulham is 6th place, so I'm not watching much of the bottom.
I wonder how long it'll be before it mentioned that. But a huge 45 minutes. We saw again the pictures outside of the blue flares, them welcoming the bus. The fans are going to have a silent protest after the game. But whilst the game's on, they're right behind them and they're in front here.
Yeah, well, I think that was, especially last season, that was part of the key to their change in performance for them staying up. And I think when the start of this season started, they kind of left that alone. And I think they've been urged to do it again, just to let the players and the staff and everybody know they're behind them. And at the minute, it seems to be paying off. So hopefully they can, like Mo said, come out of this game with the 3 points.
Everton in front. Liverpool have work to do at Brighton. Their little